But Josh says, Jora, would a good costing security setup include a Start9 as well? I know eventually setting up a node is important to the network as well. Just wondering on the security aspect of if it really matters. Yeah, I would say that Start9 should absolutely be in everybody's future here. If you're watching this right now, Start9 should be in your future plans. Personally, I think security is much more important than that at this stage. I think you should kind of get your security setup built out, multi-sig encryption, and then look to a Start9. And the Start9 is going to allow you to do a couple different things. It's going to hook up to you're going to be able to run a node. It's going to hook up to your Sparrow wallet, which is hooked up to your multi-sig. And the nice thing about that is you're no longer connecting to a public node. So nobody else is going to see your balances and transactions. So when you hook it up to your Start9, you're going to be the one auditing that. Essentially what you're doing when you're hooking up to a public node is A, you're giving away your privacy, but B, you're trusting somebody else. And not that the trust is like a big component within that, because I don't think there's a whole lot of mempools that are like, you know, have faulty ledgers, but it's part of it. So plus with the Start9, there's going to be a whole slew of things you can do with this in the future. That's kind of why I have one now, is I'm just kind of trying to familiarize myself with how to use it, the things available to it, because it's going to be a big part of my life. It's a big part of like being a sovereign individual, is having your own server. Instead of relying on other people, you're relying on yourself. And with that, I mean, even today, I've been using an app on my Start9 called RoboSats, where it connects you with a peer-to-peer, somebody else in the world, and you can buy and sell Bitcoin with them. It's not going through RoboSats. The payment goes directly to the other person, which is really badass. So I've been doing that with like small transactions, let's say $200, $300, just to kind of familiarize myself with it, make sure everything's good. And, you know, it's probably going to be a big part of the way I buy Bitcoin in the future. So yeah, it's a big part of it. I wouldn't prioritize it. I would prioritize your security first and really getting a good handle on that. But yeah, Start9. So I think within the show notes, there's a discount code for it. But if anybody wants to order one, like I would honestly consider, I just put it in the chat there, use that discount code 88 SATS, 88 SATS, and you get 5% off your Start9. So one thing I would say is like, if you're somebody who doesn't have like an excess of money, I would be buying Bitcoin right now instead of a Start9. But if money's not necessarily an issue for you in your life, I would just order a Start9. And even if you like take a little while to open it up, figure it out, that's fine. I would just do this. This applies to hardware devices. This applies to Start9s. This applies to pretty much anything in Bitcoin right now. Order it while you can, before anything happens with like the supply chain and they start stopping things at borders and stuff like that. Just get ahead of it. If you have the financial means, don't like, you know, go into debt getting one. But yeah, use that code at Start9, get a bigger one. I got the 4 terabyte one, I think it is, the Pure, but they're back in stock. And you save about $60, $70 US with that code. So that's what I would say. Letha just said, I got, okay, $55 US with the code. All right, what else we got here? The zaps are flowing in. 10 sats, I like it. The 10 sats are flowing in. That must just be like an easy thing on Fountain to do, because there's a lot of 10 sats flowing in here. Matt zapped another 10. Duncan zapped 10. Matt zapped another 10. And Matt zapped another 88. Wow, Matt's fingers are getting a good workout today. Thank you, Matt. All right. Mert says, this is a good question. What if we lost one of our multi-sig devices? Think about it.